So we are on your chemistry and we're going over the section review because these are the kind of questions you're probably going to have in the test. And so we were getting into naming. It says name the following ionic compounds. So we're going to name these compounds. Okay. So let's take this first one. You see this first, it would be Na, which would be sodium, NO2, and you look on your chart and this NO2 is going to be nitrate. So you're going to have sodium nitrate. The next one is Ag, which you know is going to be, Ag is silver. And so NO3 is different than NO2 on your chart. So NO3 is going to be nitrate. This one's nitrite, sodium nitride, and this trite, and this is nitrate, okay? So this one's pretty easy. Copper and then chlorine, so it'll be copper chloride, right? Or copper chloride. The next one would be Pb is lead and SO4 is sulfate, so it would be lead sulfate. So this one's a pretty easy one. Zinc, if you look in your Zn is zinc phosphate. And see how it is, there's going to be, as for zinc, they need 3 of these because these are going to be positive 2. And since these are negative 3, you only need 2 of those. See how they balance that out and they use the parentheses. Kind of important. So this one here, so we have ammonium, and ammonium, let's see, I can't remember what CH3O2, so I'm going to let you look that up in your chart. It's right across from ammonia. I think it's chlorate, but anyway, I'm not sure exactly what it is. So you'll have to look that one up. Okay, write the formulas for the ionic compounds formed by each of the following pairs. Okay, this one I'm going to show it to you because I can't just write it out here. So sodium ions and sulfate ions is the first one, A. So let's go on down to number A. So we have sodium ions, which are positive 1. We looked at our chart and it's only a positive 1. And sulfate ions, which have a negative 2. So to balance these together, what? You have 2 of these and 1 of these. So you're going to need 2 of these so they'll balance out. So you're going to need 2 sodiums, aren't you? So it's going to be sodium sulfate. That's going to be our formula. That one's pretty easy. So the next one says, and it gives you Pb4, that's plus 4, Pb plus 4, and PO4, negative 3. So they want you to balance this out now. You're bringing these together. That's what they want you to do, like they did here. But so now you want to have the least common multiple of them, right? So the least common multiple of 4 and 3 is going to be 12. So you put 12 over here. So now we're going to look here and say, well, how many leads are we going to need to equal 12? Well, there's 4 of them, right? So 4 times what equals 12? 4 times 3. So we're going to need 3 leads. PB3 would be it then, because we need these and they have 4 of them, so 4 times 3 is 12. But now we're going to need 12. This is going to have to balance out as 12, so 3 times 4, or 3 times what is going to equal 12? 4. So we're going to need 4 of these. So we're going to need 4 of these and 3 of these. So our formula is going to be PB3, PO4, 4. And make sure you put these in parentheses. Whenever you have this little number here and you have a big number like that, you have to put them in parentheses. So, okay. The next one they say is iron 3 ions and chloride ions here. Say, let's look at your problem. Iron 3 ions and chloride ions. And so let's look how. So iron 3. 3 means it has a positive 3, right? So here we have iron with the pot with 3, 1, 2, 3. I put 3 little pluses there. And chlorine only has 1. So basically now that you know that these have 3, then you're going to have 3 chlorines. So it's Fe is iron, and then you need 3 of these, chlorine, to balance it out. Okay, this is the next one, D. Potassium is K plus, just 1 plus, right? And then we have basically Cr2O7, and this whole thing together is a negative 2. So how much we're going to have? We have a negative 2 of this, and we have a positive 1 of this, so we're going to need 2 of these to balance out these 2 here. So I put down K2, which is potassium, and then put this in. You don't have to put a parenthesis here because you only need one of these. Okay, so the next one, this is write the formulas for the following ionic compounds. That's the equation here you have here. Calcium phosphide, potassium sulfite. So we're going to write the formulas. So let's see how we have to do this. Calcium phosphate. So calcium has 2. We know that. So it's going to have 2. And so phosphide, basically, phosphide, which is phosphorus, and if you look on there, phosphide has -2. So it's just going to be, these two balance out pretty good. So it's going to be CAP right there. So now we have potassium sulfite. Well, potassium is a K. That's the formula. So, and it's only +1. And sulfide is a -2. So how do you put these together? So how many of these are going to need? You're going to need 2 of these potassiums to equal 2 of these negative, right? So it'd be K2S. Pretty easy. Okay, lead, number 4, chromate. So we have lead here. So it's going to have 4. So I have Pb with a 4 on it. And I have chromate. We looked in your chart there. We have chromate, CrO4, and that has a -2. So how many are you going to need? You have 4 positives and 2. So you're going to need 2 of these atoms to equal this. So it's going to be Pb, and then you say CrO4, and you need 2 of those. It has to be in parentheses because otherwise you'll get all mixed up, and then put a 2 right there. So it's PbCr4 with a 2. So the 2 balances out with the 4 of the lead. So the next one we have sodium hydrogen phosphate. So basically sodium is going to be the cation and has a +1. And then hydrogen phosphate, look it up in your chart, it has a -2. So that means you're going to need 2 of these sodiums to equal -2 of these. So you put 2 of these, sodium, and then you write phosphate right here, HPO4, right? But we don't have to put these in parentheses because we need 2 of these, and these are just 1 of these. So sodium, this is your answer right here. So I hope you got these out. So I just wanted to go over these because you're going to have these probably kind of problems on your test.